Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Captain Marvel issue number 12. That's right, big change, big status quo, new character introduction. Speculators, y'all know the big jump that we did not too long ago when it comes to oh, issue wait, wait, we should have gotten issue one, and everybody go, yeah. Speculators, I'm telling you, get the issue. It's the reason why I'm mainly putting this book out today. Who made this book? Yeah, it's all right there. All right, I love this. I love that they do this big page. Honestly, I'd prefer they do the single page in the front, but no, this is good. I digs this. So there's all the people who made this. Let's get talking about the comic book itself. I'm not going to do a 5 things about because I'm tired. I'm tired doing comic book reviews today. The last one I'm going to do for the day. So this one's called The Last Avenger, Part 1. Is it a jumping on point? Kind of. Specifically, if you've read Donny Cates' Death of the Avengers, Death of the Inhumans, I think that might be really important for this, just saying. Basically, all of this is just a big attack on Thor, all right? This new-looking character shows up. Turns out it's actually Carol Danvers, and she shows up and she starts putting a butt-whooping on Thor. Thor is, he's up in the Arctic, but this battle winds up going all over the entire world, as I think that it should. Captain Marvel is a ridiculously powerful character. Is she as powerful as Thor? No, she's not. Wait a second, Professor. So I'm glad that you agree with me, but don't you think that it's ridiculous that she won? No. The way that she won actually makes perfect sense. Allow me to close my window over here. It's rather loud. Listen, man. Thor got beat in this the same way that he always gets beat whenever he does get beat. It's because he's so ridiculously powerful. He doesn't think that anything could beat him. He always gives somebody else a chance. And this is the way that somebody like Thor can always get beaten, because the other person doesn't hold back. So someone who's technically half as powerful as he is, and Carol Danvers is a lot more powerful than half of Thor's power. But even someone half as powerful as Thor could technically take down Thor. Oh, he's going to come back and he's going to be infuriated. But you could technically take down Thor this way. Don't forget, they showed way back in the Avengers Civil War, the original one, that Thor, even a clone of Thor, with only 30% of his strength, but not holding back, can disintegrate a hole through a powerful character like Black Goliath. Dude, saw he was dead before he died, and died before he hit the ground. That was... wow, that was a big deal. And it was hard putting down that power level, who eventually became Ragnarok, right? Now imagine the actual Thor, but literally holding himself back, that he's only using about 10% of his power. Yes, a character like Carol Danvers, who's not holding back nearly as much, but I think she is holding back, she was able to take down Thor. Yes, I think that makes perfect sense. It's like Goku, man. Think about it. Goku's the most powerful being, but he gets beat because he's like, oh, I'm only going to use 1% of my power to fight you. Okay, I think I'm going to ramp up my power a little bit because you're pretty tough. Ha ha ha. That's Thor. All right, Goku got his mentality from Thor. Undeniably, he got his mentality from Thor. This being the case, I think that this fight makes perfect sense. Plus, Thor was making a boneheaded move. He was all about the flash and the glitz of the lightning because he wants to intimidate an opponent into submitting. Not because he needs to, but because the opponent needs it. The opponent needs to understand, dude, this is not just a big dude with a hammer who you can't technically kill. Rather, this is Thor, God of Thunder. So every time he hits you, he's going to let that little flash of lightning happen. Every time that you hit him, he's going to have the thunder crack in the distance. All of this made perfect sense. Unfortunately, what is that boneheaded maneuver? Carol has the ability to absorb energy, including lightning. She was taking in, you could see it, she was taking in all that energy all throughout this fight that lasted what appears to be hours of him not necessarily toying with her, but yeah, kind of toying with her. And it allowed her to build up her power so that she could go binary. Like Warbird back in the day. Thor was not taking down binary when she just came up and okay, here we go. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Thor could still take down Binary. I truly believe that he can. But this is also Carol he was dealing with. Someone who he knows and loves. Someone who he respects. She had all the advantages. It's just like the idea of, how does Batman defeat Superman? Well, all the ways that he's always beaten him before. And he's always beaten him before. Pretty much, he's always beaten him before. But the trick is, if Superman did refuse to hold back, Bats doesn't stand a chance. And the only way that Bats stands a chance is by himself not holding back. Likewise in this, I think that this made perfect sense. Now, how do I say there's a new character in this? Vox Supreme. You remember what the Voxes were in Donny Cates's Death of the Avengers? Excuse me, I said it again. Death of the Inhumans. Vox is just all of the characters that he's faced before. It's like a program that they put these guys through so that if you beat up Crystal, well, Crystal becomes a Vox character, and she uses her powers plus the standard powers of Vox in order to take down all these other opponents. And then especially when you realize it's actually Crystal that you're fighting, that's when you get beat. Likewise, this seems to be, they call it Vox Supreme. Looks an awful lot like the Supreme Intelligence to me. This is a gorgeous book. The art in this, top notch. The fight in this, oh, hells to the yes. This is ramping up to be a good story. Oh, by the way, she's still got 5 more Avengers to take down, and she's only got 16 hours to do it. Oh, man. That's why this is called The Last Avenger. She's going to be the last Avenger. Also looks like she removed Thor's head. I'm telling you, when we finally figure out what's really going on here behind the scenes of all this, oh, man. I think this is going to be nerdgasm time. I'm just saying. This is really good book. Not just the writing, not just the art. No. All of this together. This symbiosis of excellence. Guys, grab this. I think that this might actually be the proper continuation for now of the Vox storyline, Death of the Inhumans. Oh, I said it right that time, first time. Donny Cates is going to be doing something else. He's going to be combining his Death of the Inhumans, his Guardians of the Galaxy, his Absolute Carnage. He's going to be combining all that stuff. I think also some of the Thor stuff that he's going to start doing pretty soon. He's going to be combining all that stuff soon. He said it. Could this be a part of it? Yeah. Yeah. Kelly Thompson, one of the defining attributes of this reclusive Sasquatch is that, by her own admission, these are her own words, is that she's really good at working with other people. That is, look, that can't be minimized in any way. The way that she works with other people, she doesn't necessarily like to go out on tours with them, unfortunately. How am I going to get all my stuff signed, all right? But the idea is that she's really good at collaborating with others, getting a really good story put together, and then, boom, going off in her own direction with the stuff later on after all is said and done. I don't know if there's necessarily a collab right now with Donny Cates, but yeah, I promise you that this is going to be something, just simply by experience, I promise you this is something that's going to turn out to be amazing not too long from now. Guys, really good story so far. Really good story. I know there's going to be a bunch of people like, why did I go into such a long explanation about her beating Thor? Makes sense to me. Like the way it was done makes perfect sense. I'm out. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.